Hello, Sherry here with Fit to Be Live. I wish you a good morning if it's still morning when you're watching this. We've had a busy one here. I'm just in the process of making Halo's food, and she is barking at the neighbor's dog. If you've followed us for any length of time or watched some of our videos, you probably know that we are feeding our 14-year-old now, miniature schnauzer, entirely of real food, people food. We're cooking for her 3 times a day, and she's doing extremely well, and it's just going very well. So that is part of my morning routine. But today I wanted to actually share something a little bit different with you. So this little one, she gets an egg and some carrot and sweet potato usually for breakfast every morning. And for lunch and dinner, she's actually kind of taken a more of a liking to chicken rather than fish or beef. Typically, I will make a whole chicken for her and refrigerate it, and it lasts a week. Once the carcasses have been cleaned off of all the good stuff, I make bone broth. So I'm typically making bone broth. Let's try that again. I'm typically making a batch of bone broth about once a week. Now, once that's done, you get the bone broth, but it's not over because we have backyard chickens. Chickens require a good amount of protein as well. So I actually use what's left after making the bone broth to give to the chickens. And I want to show you what happens after you make bone broth. She's not a YouTuber. She is hungry though. She always starts with the carrots. So I already started to pull this apart last night. There's a bone, okay? Not just a regular chicken bone, but watch this. This is a bone. And look inside. So imagine the nutritional value even after we fed our dog and ourselves with the meat on the chicken, and then we made bone broth. So we have this delicious bone broth, jars of it in the fridge every week, and we use it to make everything from homemade soups to beef stroganoff to stews, basically anything that you need liquid in. When a recipe calls for water, I use bone broth, unless obviously it's a dessert or something that doesn't go at all. I would not give my chickens anything larger than this, and maybe I'm being too careful, but you know, chickens are animals. I mean, they can choke, and if they eat something that is really sharp, it can pierce on the way down, or it could pierce, you know, in their intestinal tract. And obviously I'm not looking to cause any harm, so I like to go through the entire carcass. It'll take me probably less than 5 minutes to go through this. Boy, do they get so excited when I show up in the aviary or outside with this, and just put, you know, maybe about a tablespoon's worth per bird down on the ground, and they each get what they need. And like I say, because this is high in protein, it helps with the production of new feathers, and it helps with keeping their nutrient uptake high so that they can not be depleted when they're making eggs for us. So it's quite a beautiful relationship we have. Now, we don't raise meat birds. Our birds are for the sole purpose of eggs, and we only have 5 laying hens, but we have 4 roosters. So we've got a brood out there, and so this is really good for them. I remember the first time I first realized what happens to the bones and how you can feed them back. That was actually really cool to me, because it's just full use of all your resources. Nothing goes to waste. So for the chicken that did end up on our dinner plate or on our dog's dinner plate, its life did not go to waste. None of it did. We're blessed with resources, all of us, and I think it's our responsibility to utilize those resources to their max. and not waste anything, not be ungrateful for anything that we have. So that's what I'm going to give them today for 9 chickens. And then this I just really loosely pack so that it doesn't just end up being one big ball. And I will probably go through a container of this in 3 or 4 days. So I don't give them tons. I also want to mention that I do take the skin out before I make the bone broth because I don't want tons of fat. Did that ever fit well? So there we go. That goes in the fridge and it'll make the chickens happy for several days.
Hi, handsome. Would you like some of that? Yeah. How about you? Hey? You want to come down? You get some of that? Hi. Hi.
I hope that you found some value in this video. I hope you learned something new. Feel free to drop a like on this video. If you haven't clicked subscribe, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel, and I will learn how to say the word subscribe. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you soon.